Okay, so in this video we're going to take a long look at the templates starting with choirs. Now, there are a couple different ones. If you go to Finale or Sibelius or any of them, you'll find folders with different templates. In Finale, you'll go down and do the choir templates. In Sibelius, they'll have you select from choir and different things, uh, different templates on their score starter window, just like Finale does. So I'm going to click the templates. I'm going to click choir templates, and then I'm going to go down, and there's a massive variety of different uh, choral templates. One of the best ones to use, or the one or two of them that are most often used, are either the 2-staff or the 4-staff SATB with piano or without. So you can do splitting soprano alto up into one. So if you were to go like this, you can have soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and that's usually how they're used. So that's soprano, alto, tenor, bass, no accompaniment. Okay? So then, if we go back up here to the launch window and go back to templates, we will see that under choir templates again, we have SAB or SATB rather, 2-staff with piano. I'm just going to click that and open it. And so it will then show soprano alto on the treble line and tenor bass on another line. Sometimes the templates will show in both treble clef, but actually this is wrong here. What you'd want to do is you would want to change the clef. So what you would want to do, what I would do, is I would change the tenor bass to bass clef. Okay? Now, in certain instances when you have a tenor part, you're going to have ledger lines. Like if you write a few, let's see, you have bass part on the bottom, tenor part on the top. You can have different things. You can have starting with note A in the bass clef and then go up higher with each one. So that's something to keep into consideration when you do tenor and bass on one line. To do the bass part, what I would just do is Command Option and Layer 2, or select the Layer 2 on your score program, and basically write your parts. So that's how I would write that section out, right? And then we would just play it back. And so we would have the bottom part on there be bass, treble part, or the top, the middle part would be the tenor part, like this, and you'll just have the ledger lines. And then for soprano alto, you will have alto on the bottom, so you keep your layer 2. and just write it in. And let's make it so it's not an octave, but the exact unison between the tenor and the altos. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. So then you would go Command or Option Command on Mac for Finale, or you would find layer 1. So Option Command 1 on Mac for Finale, or an equivalent key combination that will get you from layer 2 to layer 1. So then for the top, you can actually do you could do thirds. Let's do third, third, make it a little atmospheric, and then just we just have that be sort of a different theme on the top. So what we have basically is now we have the top and we have the bottom. So this is what it would look like, and then of course you would have your piano part here. You would actually have this here, and you want to make sure that one of the layers in one of the piano parts actually layers or actually follows one of your vocal parts. You want to make sure that either it follows the vocal part, or if the note or notes that you need or the choir needs come either right before or right on uh, the same time that the uh, choir sings the same note. And these notes could be in whatever octave you choose. They just need a relevant octave so they could find their pitch. And that's a big thing about choral writing, is you have these things that you uh, things that you have to have in order for the choir to know what they're playing. And usually it's a good idea to basically reduce, you can even do like this, you can even reduce the score that you have for the chorus. You can just go to Utilities or and go to uh, what was it? Explode. So we need to look for Explode Music. And MuseScore has, under Instruments, you can explode the music under Tools. And you'd explode music onto 2 stabs, starting with the piano. So I'm going to click existing stabs, starting with staff 5. And so that's going to break this up. So it's going to create kind of a score reduction from the choir to piano. And that's a good way to get started in writing the choral music. That way you have the piano playing uh, what the choir is singing or going to sing. Or you can have, let's say, for instance, you start the choir. Let's say you start the choir like after the piano and start the piano first. Well, what you can do is you can do this. You can just cut, copy, and paste onto here. And let's get rid of this choir part. So I'm going to set it up by having the piano play what the choir is going to do before the choir starts singing. And that way it has that way they start. Um, uh, they get their reference notes before they have to start singing, and that's really important in choir music. So that's one. That's the second one of the score orders for choir. So let me say this. And we also have the 4-staff SATB. We also have the 4-staff SATB with piano and without piano. And we will go over those in just a second. So you want to make sure that you save your work, of course, and then go back up to the launch window where you'll find the templates. And what we'll do is we will go and go to choir templates again and go to SATB 4-staff. And you can do either SATB 4-staff with piano or without. This is the version that's without piano. It's just the 4 parts, and there you go. And then we have this launch window, templates, and here we are. Choir template. Go to this one. These are the basic templates. See, it has a soprano, alto, tenor, bass with the piano now, and then if I go to launch window again and click the templates and the choir templates, there are also show choir and many different other types of choirs like men's chorus, SSA, TTBB, tenor, tenor, bass, bass. Like here's a show choir example. You've got your piano, you have a bass guitar, and you have a percussionist. And then you've got templates, choir. Then you have SSA. You can either have it with or without piano. I choose it with piano. So soprano 1 and 2, and then alto, and then piano there. And then, of course, you've got launch window. You've got the tenor, tenor, bass, bass, the men's choir. So you've got all of these different templates with or without piano that you could use to make your music. And that's how the score orders go. Tenor 1 and 2, bass 1 and 2, or soprano 1, soprano 2, and alto, or SATB on 2 lines or SATB on 4 lines with or without piano. That's how the score is laid out. So I hope you learned a lot in this one, and I will see you in the next one where we talk about different score orders. This one going to be chamber orchestra.